Riverina.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I think there's one thing that all of us in this chamber can agree on, and that is we should be thanking our farmers. We should be saying thank you to our farmers, applauding our farmers for the work they do, because it's not easy. It's not easy, and I'm sure Labor members, those regional Labor members, would agree with me that farming is a tough caper. It truly is, and I'm glad that the Regional Development Minister quoted WA Opposition Leader Shane Love, the Leader of the Nationals in Western Australia. And I've also got a quote that I'd like to read to the Parliament, the Federal Parliament, from one Mr Love, who described the shutdown of the live export sheep industry as a very black day for WA. Minister Watt has furtively slipped unannounced into Western Australia, coming from Beef Week in his home state of Queensland, where he has no doubt been lauding cattle exports to kill the live sheep export trade in our state. That's what Mr Love said. He continued, and this is powerful stuff, "It is a gutless move from a belligerent minister who does not care about the impact this announcement will have on families grappling with a dry season in the middle of seeding." And of course, imagine what Mr Love is thinking now. That was when the Agriculture Minister, Senator Watt, slipped into WA. Imagine what he's thinking now when the member for Ballarat, just the other day, just on Monday, moved the legislation to ban live sheep. Now, this is a black day for our farmers, not only in Western Australia but indeed right across the nation. And I applaud the West Australian police officer who put "Keep the Sheep" the sticker on his motorbike. Well done to him. That's a brave move. But his view is shared by many in that state, because they are appalled at the fact that an industry which operates under world's best practice, world's best animal standards, welfare standards, is being shut down by this government. They tried it with cattle in June 2011, and they failed miserably then, and they will fail miserably again, because people power will rise to the challenge, and this is a terrible move. And I tell you what, when we take back government, whenever that is, we will reverse that move. Now, we're talking here about the neglect of regional Australia, and one of those dreadful changes made by this Labor government was to change the distribution priority areas for general practitioners, because what it means is that GPs can put their shingle up in Newcastle, Wollongong, the Gold Coast, and claim that they are in a priority area. And what it's meant is that GPs in regional, rural and particularly remote Australia no longer they are forced, those towns, to compete with those, let's call them metropolitan centres, for GPs. It's just wrong. 324 country towns do not have a doctor, and the pharmacist is the only health professional in town. And we saw the member for Adelaide, the health minister, being dragged at the nose by our pharmacists when to reach a better deal when they signed the latest accord, because had it not been for those white coat warriors, this government would have just ridden roughshod over those pharmacists, over those health professionals who were deserted in their hour of need by the Labor government. The new rules around 24/7 nurses in aged care centres, whilst I appreciate it was one of the recommendations of the Royal Commission, has had a lasting impact, an adverse effect on regional aged care providers, and they are closing down left, right and centre. And then, of course, we've got the budget papers with the water allocations marked NFP, not for publication. Under this subterfuge, the government will not say how much it is going to buy, how much it is going to pay for, how much water it's going to buy out of the Murray-Darling Basin. And this is causing alarm and panic within those river communities. The farmers, they'll get the very big Commonwealth cheque, and you won't see them for dust. But let me tell you, the cafes and the small businesses right across those river communities will be affected, because they'll have less customers, less money running around their economy. And this is all at a time when businesses are going bust in New South Wales at a record level. Business insolvencies in New South Wales up 61% year-on-year, under Labor's watch. Under Labor's watch, which is not protecting and preserving our regional Australians. Shame on you lot.
Member for Bendigo.